to, welcome back to my channel, So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So welcome to day 12 of So This Is Vlogmas, organised by Laura of the Specky Seamstress. So I'm really sorry that the lighting is so fuzzy. It's because it's only 7:20 in the morning, so I'm just about to start my day. I've got myself ready, and the first thing I've got to do is go downstairs and sort the boys' breakfast out ready before we go on our school run. So today I thought what I'd just do is a life in the day of me, really. So I'm just going to take you out and about with me, and you can see what I get up to on my sort of day-to-day basis. So I shall catch you shortly. Okay, so I'm just about to sort their breakfast out then, but I quickly just thought I'd show you what I do to set myself up to get them out the door on time. And that is, I have to be super organised with 3 boys. So I just put their shoes out, their bags and their coats and stuff. So in our hallway, if I can just try and turn you round, you'll see I've just put on the radiator their coats, and then their bags are on the floor as well. And then over here, their shoes are all ready as well. It's just so I can sort it out a little bit like a production line and get us all out on time. You'll have to excuse the decor in my house. This isn't our choice at all. This is just how it is when we moved in. So we've got lots and lots of renovations to do. So again, I apologise for the lighting because it's still really dark outside. So I'll just show you into our conservatory area, which is the boys' playroom. You can see that it's just starting to get light outside. Yeah, so okay, I shall get their breakfast sorted then, and then we'll be out the door. Okay, outfit of the day, I should have said, is my Tilly and the Buttons Batine dress, which is with this fabric that I got from Rachel from Stitched Up. It's a lovely cotton, so I'll just scan down so you can see. This is the one where I've got the waist folded up, so it's not such a rolled over sort of area there. Yeah, so I'll be wearing this today, paired with my Blackwood cardigan that I've got here when it gets a bit chilly, because I think it's quite fresh outside today. So okay, so we are off on our school run. So I'm going to take you on the journey down to school. We're just walking down to school then. It is quite fresh. So the twins, they're at play school all day today till about 3 o'clock, and they're going on a little outing, so that's quite exciting for them. They're off into town to see the nativity set up at the town hall and the Christmas lights, and I think they're going to see Father Christmas as well, so that would be nice for them. And then my eldest, he's just at school all day today, but he's got his nativity play this morning, which I saw last night, which was lovely. So my mum and dad are actually going to see that this morning, but I won't be catching up with them today, unfortunately, because they've got other plans afterwards. So a lot of you won't know this about me, but this morning I am actually going to a Slimming World group. I recently joined. I've just been trying to lose a little bit of weight just to help with my running, so my hip injury doesn't come back, but I also help out with the weighing of the other members. So I won't actually be able to take you in with me because of member confidentiality and that kind of thing, but I'll just show you the outside and might be able to introduce you to my consultant. So I'll see you shortly. Nice sunrise. So we do live on quite a hill, and the boys are on bikes and scooters because it's over a mile to school. Yes? Come on. Yeah, so they're actually going to be each having a scooter for Christmas because the balance bike doesn't have any brakes, so it does make me very nervous, although they are very good on it. And they do stop at every single curve, which is great. Yeah, just look at that lovely sunrise. It's nice to have a dry day. If I'd have been filming yesterday, it was absolutely pouring down with rain. We got soaked. Okay, so here we are then at my local Slimming World group in Anstey. I'm going to take you through. We are in the Methodist Church in Anstey, so there's a few ladies here already. And there's my consultant Louise. Hello! So the chairs are all laid out ready for all the members to arrive. And then we've just got the new members area here where people come and join. And then people take the dreaded way in over here, which is where I'm stationed, to take people's weight and stuff. So I won't go on about it too much, but yeah, this is where I'm set up. And then you can see over here, we're just still setting up at the minute, a bit early. And then we've got some yummy bars of chocolate treats over here, which all have a sin value. So you're allowed up to 15 a day. So I'm going to be on the scale shortly, and I can tell you, it's not going to be good news today. I've had a bad week. So, you know, fresh start and all that. Okay, so I'm just walking home from my weigh-in at Slimming World. I left a bit early because I want to get home and do a few bits. Wasn't a good weigh-in for me. £3 on, quite a lot for a week, but it's an awkward time of year. So onwards and upwards. I'll have a good week this week, fingers crossed. So I shall see you back at home, where I'll be doing a couple of little bits and bobs, and I'll take you along with me. Okay, so I'm back home, and whilst the boys are at school, I like to get on with making the dinner, just because I have a little bit more time, so it's ready for our evening meal, and it means that when they come home from school, I'll just have more time to give them. So I'm going to be making beef lasagna, and it is actually a Slimming World recipe that I follow, although I do adapt it slightly. And my husband won't be eating the Slimming World style version. He will be having his own creamy sauce on it. The one I use is made out of yoghurt, and I really do quite like it. So I'm lucky that not everybody eats my portions because I can freeze them. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. So I've got the ingredients out ready in the background, and I've got the veg in front of me. So I'm going to crack on with doing that so I can get that done. And then I shall see you in a bit. Okay, so that's one lasagna in the oven. The other one's over there ready, so that'll be going in next because my oven's rubbish. I can't put two things in at once, which is an absolute nightmare. As you can imagine, it was what we were left with when we first moved into this house, and we need to have a rewire done before we can do anything, so I can't even buy a new oven yet. We're actually hosting Christmas here again this year, so my in-laws are coming. But luckily my mother-in-law, she's going to bring the meat, so I can just do the roast potatoes and the veg and that kind of thing. So we're going to work around it, which is amazing because trying to cook the meat and the roast potatoes and the vegetables, it just gets absolutely crazy with this oven. It's so rubbish. Anyway, so that's done. It's about 11:45, so I'm now going to make some mince pies because I need to crack on with getting some things ready for Christmas. So I'll show you the recipe that I'm using. Okay, so it's the BBC Good Food Unbelievably Easy Mince Pie recipe, and it is really easy to make. The ingredients are really simple. It's just 225 grams of cold butter, but I actually just use baking margarine. It works absolutely fine. 350 grams of plain flour and 100 grams of golden caster sugar, and then 280 grams of mincemeat, but I don't actually weigh that out. I just put it in as I see fit, really. Now it does say to use a small egg. That is purely just for glazing, and then to dust with ice and sugar afterwards, but I don't do either of those parts, and it does work out absolutely fine. So I've got my baking ingredients out here, so that's ready to go. That cake in the background is a Victoria sponge sandwich which I made last night after coming back from the nativity performance at my son's school, because my husband takes a slice to work every day, so he's a lucky boy that I make him a cake every week. And then if you're wondering what this is here, that is actually a sort of wax warmer by Scentsy. My friend does it, and it's got a wax that's melted in there at the moment, which I think is Christmas spice or something like that, so that smells quite nice. I've not got it on now, as when it is on, those little holes, as you can see there, the light shines through there, and that looks really pretty in the evening. Although my husband isn't a fan, he says it smells fake, so I don't switch it on when he's at home. Right, so I'm going to get on with making this pastry then for the mince pies, and I shall come back to you shortly. Okay, so my first set of mince pies are now completed. I just need to pop those in the oven. I have got a bit of spare pastry, so I'll probably make about 18 in total. And my first lasagna has baked, so that's out of the oven, and the second one has now gone in, and it's just gone 12:30, so I've made good progress so far this morning. Okay, so I think that's fairly good progress then this morning. You know, a batch of mince pies made, 2 lasagnas, my weigh-in, and the school run done and dusted. So I'm going to sit down and have a spot of lunch now, and then what I'll do is come back to you with a little bit of crafting. So I think we'll sit down together at the sewing machine, and I've got some glittery sort of felt garlands that I'd like to make. I've not done them before, so it's going to be my first go at having a go at it. I'll try and rig the camera up. Apologies for the most of this video, it is going to be handheld filming because my tripod broke this morning, so that was great timing. So I now need to get a new one so I can do my vlogging in the future. I'll probably invest in a much better one than I had, it was just a little one. Yeah, so I shall see you at the sewing machine shortly. Right, so I've got these glittery stars, as you can see here, they're just felt, and on the back it's just grey. And so what I thought I'd do would be to put the 2 stars together, wrong sides together, so you've got the glittery bits sort of one on top of each other, so when they are hanging up, if it turns, you're going to get the glittery side again, because I don't really want just the plain side showing. And then I've got these ones as well, and these are glittery also, as you can see. They're just more of a white one, and they're just like little A4 sheets of felted glitteriness, and they're only £1 something from a local craft shop in town. So I'm going to try and do it on the sewing machine. So what I've already done is put one through the sewing machine here, and I've just literally stitched right down the middle, but I've left quite a long tail of thread just so I can use that to hang it. So I've gone through, and then this is where now I need to like count how many stitches I'm going to do before going through the next star. So I'm going to now try and rig the camera up so you can see whilst I'm sewing. Okay, so that was actually a lot more difficult than I anticipated it to be. So basically, I started stitching through the first star, and then, well, it's got a bit tangled as well now. Oh, this is what happens with thread, isn't it? Let's keep it real here. Right, so the first 2 stars are way too close together. And then I continued sort of sewing through the stars, and they are quite effective, but definitely more practice is needed to get the spacing right in between each one. But yeah, I do quite like them, and I will hang that one up somewhere. It's not my best go. I've got some more, plenty more card to have another go at it, and just need to get that measurement in between the stars correct, really, so that I like it to be, you know, accurate. It's my OCD coming out, I think. I don't like it when the spaces aren't the same. Yeah, so not too bad. So I'm going to have another go at trying to do it with these white stars. But what I'm going to do is actually leave it just one-sided because it's white. I don't think it really matters that one side isn't as glittery as the other. And so I'm just going to do them, and then it'll be much longer. So that's what I'm going to do. I actually do have craft punches where I usually stamp out shapes out of card, but it wouldn't go through this felt, so that was a bit unfortunate. So I had to use a piece of cardboard to make the shape of the star, trace around it and then cut it out manually. So that was a lot more time consuming than what I wanted to do. But But yeah, I just thought that felt was a little bit more robust than paper or card. So I'm going to have a go at trying to do these ones then. Right, this one turned out much more successful. So what I did then, I don't know if you could actually see whilst I was filming, but as I stitched through the first star and then continued stitching to make that gap, at the back of the sewing machine, once the star's bottom points had touched the back of the sewing machine, that's when I started putting the next star on. So that made sort of more of a uniform gap between each one. So look, that looks so much better. Yeah, and that looks really pretty. So I've done 10 stars on this one, so I think that's more than enough just to hang up. I'm not sure where I'm going to hang it yet. None of our decorations are up yet, so we're going to be doing that this Saturday. We're going out to get our Christmas tree and put the decorations up, so I'm sorry that our house isn't very festive for you for this Vlogmas. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. So that's 2 sort of little garlands done. I need to cut out some more stars now, so I'm going to do that at another time. So yeah, really pleased with that. But you know, trial and error. So give it a go if you've not had a go before. It would obviously definitely work with normal card as well. One of my stars, the tip bent over. Never mind, it will be fine. Yeah, but that was quite an enjoyable little craft, so hope you enjoyed that. So definitely recommend. There we are. Just put them on the fireplace for now. So that looks quite nice, but I probably won't leave them there and move them somewhere else, perhaps. Not sure yet, because I've still actually got my Easter pom-pom garland that I made earlier this year up. I just left it up in the end because it was quite pretty. But I will just be putting some string up there to hang our cards on, so that will be coming down. And there we are, my mince pies all nicely baked. So I've just got a few more in the oven, and that's my cooking done for today. So we'll just probably have a little bit of salad with our lasagna. So they're both done now, as you can see. If you can see the difference, there's mine, which is the yogurt based one, and then this one is the one with the creamy sauce that you get out of a jar. I haven't made my own, I was a bit lazy, but yeah, it was only for my husband, and probably one of the boys will have that because they actually don't mind the yogurt version because they love natural yogurt. Yeah, so that's all finished now, so there we go. See you shortly. Okay, so I'm just off on the school run to go and pick them up. It is absolutely pouring down outside, so that's nice. Nice soggy walk down to school. So I'll leave it here for now, and then I'll catch up with you a bit later on. So I'm going to quickly run down and get them, and then I'll see you and have a chat with you in a bit. So I'm back home from the school run then. That was quite traumatic, as always, because it's all uphill all the way home, and obviously it's been raining, as you can see, but the sunset is absolutely lovely. So I think what I'm going to do is sign off here. It's been a busy day, so I'm going to spend time with the children now as dinner is ready. So tonight then I will just be settling down to play a game with my husband. So I will just show you that game actually, because it is really, yeah, so if you're into games, I do recommend this game, so I'll just show you here. It's called Splendor. It's just a really good game that you can play with 2 people or more, but it's good that if there are just 2 of you that you can play it. So yeah, I do highly recommend this game. So that's what I'll be doing with my husband tonight, playing that after the boys have gone to bed. So yesterday was Freya up at Crafty So and So in Leicester. So she did Vlogmas day 11, and tomorrow will be Adele from Button and Pip for day 13. So if you want to check out the rest of the people who have contributed to the Sew Vlogmas already, then if you just check out the details in my description box down below, and you'll see everybody who is taking part. So thank you ever so much for watching and joining me on my day. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye.